Hi there Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel The Angel Witch Tarot. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. So this reading is for the week of 11th May to the 17th of May 2026. Let's start out with the intuitive oracle cards and see how your week, what the spirits want you to know regarding your intuitions this week. Follow the light. Intuition will lead you towards the light. Trust its direction. And divine alignment. Align with higher frequencies to enhance your intuitive senses. Let's move on to the tarot and see how your week progresses. Alright? So we've got the Ten of Cups first, which is upright. So the Ten of Cups is all about divine love, harmony, blissful relationships, alignment, inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams come true, family contentment, and total love and support. But then again, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, which talks about that it only goes upwards, things can't get any worse. You're on the path of recovery, regeneration, and you're trying to resist an inevitable end. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about your self-worth, how you're hustling, how you're living beyond means, your obsession with work, and having a sense of false success. But then again, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. You're struggling, you're overwhelmed, you're using your inner resources, you're on edge, you're being defensive, paranoid, you're exhausted, you're fatigued, you're lacking motivation at this point. But you're leaving things behind and you're moving forward. The Six of Swords. You're transitioning, you're changing, you're finally leaving behind everything and you're releasing all the baggage and moving on. Then we have the reversed Devil, which talks about releasing limiting beliefs, exploring your own dark thoughts, a sense of detachment, freedom, and restoring control that you had lost at some point. You're lacking will, but your resentment is keeping you going. But I guess you will be leaving that behind and moving on. The Fool in reverse talks about how you're holding back on things, how you're indecisive, you're hesitating, you're reckless, you're fearless, making bad choices and taking risks. Then we have the Five of Swords. A lot of conflicts, disagreements, competitions, defeat, trying to win at all costs, being sneaky. It could also be hinting at bullies or thefts or abusive relationships. Then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. You're exhausted, you're giving up, your confidence is destroyed, you're overwhelmed and being overly protective about something or someone. But with the Ten of Cups here, I can say that you will be moving on. The Six of Swords, you will be moving on. You'll stop getting into conflicts or disagreements. You'll be more like, okay, let's just agree to disagree or disagree to agree, whichever it is. You will be realizing your own self-worth. You'll become more aware of the fact that let's say you've realized your obsession with work and you're trying to minimize that obsession. You're trying to be more free. You're trying to be less defensive, because you're exhausted. This transition period will lead you towards divine love, total love and support and fulfillment. The 10 of Cups. You need to be able to let go because you're holding back on things, which is really not that good. But if you transition and move on, leaving behind all the baggages, you will end that negative cycle and you will be moving towards your happiness, which is in a way the best you can do for now, because things are only going to get better, they don't get worse, like the 10 of Swords said, right? So let's move on to the next set. Romance. Romantic surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. Apology. Never underestimate the power of a heartfelt apology. Next set, I'd like you to think of somebody, anybody, even yourself. Just think of someone and we'll figure out what's in the shadows of this person's heart. Fierce temper. This person has too many anger issues and dark moods. They might be abusive. Again, the 5 of Swords hinting at abusive relationships. So be wary of that. Roving eyes. This person is keeping possibilities open. They're being disrespectful and they're an obvious flirt. Alright. Next set, let's see what the spirit animals have for you guys this week. The Sacred Snake. All about wisdom, grounding and eloquence. It says to get quiet and meditate. Unravel the mysteries of the universe. Guardian Bear. All about power, inner strength and healing. It says to go travel, discover the beauty of nature. You need connect you to the power of the earth. Last set, the Wealth Manifestation cards. They have affirmations on them which you're going to have to recite as many times as you can throughout the week, so that these affirmations turn into real life manifestations. I am comfortable with the unknown. I am comfortable with the unknown. Then we have the Astro Dice for the overall energy of the week. We've got the 9th house in Mercury and Taurus. So Mercury is all about communication, writing, intelligence, language, reasoning, learning, your sensory information, your thought processes, your liveliness, your childhood or school friends. It could be hinting at students, youth or duality as well. And then we have Taurus, which talks about being persistent, being steady, being trustworthy, having patience, endurance, tenacity, drive, reliability, security, stability, slowness, stubbornness, materiality, resistance to change, in being indulgent, being possessive, being interested in the arts, the beauty, the luxury, the grudges, and being fashionable. And then we have the 9th house, which is all about long distance travels. It also talks about travel for religion, philosophy, higher education, or lawyers, dreams, divination, wisdom, being interested in the arts, the media, publishing, ethics, learning, cultures, etc. Alright, so this is the end of the video for Sagittarius. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.